now he's flattened out. This is trouble here.
Is it too late?
Khamzat.
Oh, man!
Shot.
Darce choke, wait for it.
That's it, Mike.
In the welterweight division, and straight away,
Great in.
we see Khamzat.
Imagine a fighter so savage, so ferocious, that even the most seasoned warriors were left frozen. A man who finishes fights before his opponents can even throw a punch. A man whose name sends shivers through the locker room. This is the terrifying rise of Khamzat Chimaev, UFC's most dangerous finisher.
Just like that, Khamzat Chimaev, one and done.
When Khamzat Chimaev burst onto the UFC scene, fans expected a promising debut. What they got was something else entirely. He didn't just defeat opponents, he annihilated them. And what was most terrifying, he did it without even getting touched. In a sport where the margins are razor thin and where even the greatest often suffer cuts, bruises and setbacks, Chimaev bulldozed through his first 3 UFC opponents like they were amateurs. It wasn't just dominance, it was clinical, calculated destruction. His wrestling was suffocating, his striking explosive and clean. His cage awareness and fight IQ were seemingly years beyond someone with so little octagon experience. In just over 2 months, Chimaev made it clear the UFC had a new apex predator. Media couldn't stop talking about him. Dana White called him special.
Game my whole life, I've never seen anything like him. He's special, he's different, he wants to fight again, so.
Fighters began turning down offers, and fans around the world asked the same question. Is this guy for real? This is the story of how Chimaev became a nightmare, the finishes that silenced doubters, and the one battle where he bled, struggled, and showed he was forged in fire. In just over 2 months, the UFC realized it had unleashed a monster.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
You can't say much other than wow.
Wow. Did anything feel bigger about...
Chimaev's UFC debut came on July 15th, 2020 at Fight Island in Abu Dhabi. His opponent, John Phillips, a seasoned brawler known for heavy hands but weak takedown defense. Khamzat didn't waste time. He shot for a takedown in under 10 seconds, slammed Phillips, and never let him back up. He landed 124 strikes to Phillips's 2 and submitted him via Darcy choke in round 2.
Khamzat Chimaev by submission, and he stays undefeated with an absolutely outstanding debut. Oh man.
Then came the second shock. Just 10 days later, Chimaev took another fight, this time up a weight class at 170 pounds against Rhys McKee. Result? Same story. Takedown, ground and pound, 68 strikes to 0, first round TKO, 2 fights, 0 damage taken.
Wow. At welterweight as well. 2-0 in a
UFC history made, the fastest turnaround with 2 wins in modern UFC history. And then came Gerald Meerschaert, a seasoned middleweight veteran with over 40 professional fights and legitimate knockout power. Many believed this would be Khamzat's first real test. The narrative shifted from hype to anticipation. Finally, someone with experience. Let's see how Chimaev handles this. But what happened next silenced the doubts instantly. Just 17 seconds into the fight, Chimaev landed a single clean right hand. Meerschaert collapsed to the canvas, unconscious. No follow-up shots were needed. It was over in one punch. 3 fights, 3 finishes, 0 damage taken. The myth of Khamzat wasn't just growing, it had officially arrived, and within moments, it spread like wildfire throughout the MMA world. Every fighter who stood across from Chimaev learned the hard way. This is not just hype, this is hurt. Each of Khamzat's early victims added another layer to his terrifying reputation. Gerald Meerschaert had seen it all, but even he was shocked. There were no exchanges, no time to feel out the fight. Chimaev landed a straight right hand from hell, and it was over. Meerschaert crumpled. No follow-up needed. Next came Li Jingliang, the Leech, a tough, ranked welterweight with knockout power. Many thought Li would test Chimaev's chin, or at least his cardio. Instead, Chimaev picked him up, carried him across the cage, and slammed him in front of Dana White while talking to him mid-fight. "I'll fight everybody, watch me!" He then locked in a rear naked choke and submitted Lee without taking a single clean shot.
It's over.
That is it! 10-0! The hype is...
The entire display felt more like a wrestling exhibition than a UFC bout. And then came Kevin Holland, a tricky, unpredictable striker. But Khamzat didn't strike. He shot immediately, took Holland down, and submitted him in under 2 minutes. Holland never landed a clean punch. It was like watching someone get swallowed by quicksand. Each finish didn't just build hype, it terrified potential opponents. But no monster is invincible, and no storm lasts forever. For a while, Chimaev looked like an unstoppable force, but all forces are tested, and in April 2022, at UFC 273, the world saw the first crack in the armor. His opponent, Gilbert Burns, a top 5 welterweight, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, former title challenger, a man who had no fear of Chimaev's mystique. And it showed. From round 1, it was complete chaos. Burns landed hard punches. He stuffed takedowns. He even rocked Khamzat multiple times. The arena gasped, and for the first time, Chimaev was human. Chimaev bled that night, but he did not break. At UFC 273, Khamzat Chimaev versus Gilbert Burns. The Boogeyman finally met someone who did not flinch. From the opening bell, Burns made it clear he was not there to survive. He came to test the monster. He came to win. He came to push Chimaev to his absolute limit. Round 1 was intense. Khamzat stormed forward with wild aggression, looking for the early finish. But Burns refused to fold. He ate the shots, fired back, and dug in deep. Round 2 turned into a street fight. Blood poured from both men as they traded bombs. Burns connected with a monstrous overhand right that snapped Khamzat's head back. The crowd erupted. The Boogeyman was shaking, but Chimaev stood tall. Instead of reverting to his world-class wrestling, he made a defiant choice. He brawled, toe to toe, hook for hook. Fans held their breath as momentum swung back and forth. Khamzat was no longer the untouchable destroyer. He was a warrior fighting through fire. By round 3, both fighters were exhausted, but it was Chimaev who dug deeper. He surged forward, landing the cleaner shots, showing grit and fortitude that had not yet been seen. He earned the unanimous decision, but more importantly, he earned respect. It was not dominance. It was not clean. It was raw. It was violent. It was real. And in that brutal war, Khamzat proved something far more valuable than hype. He proved he was built for greatness. He proved he could survive hell. Before the cage door even closes, Khamzat Chimaev is already ahead. His dominance does not begin with the opening bell. It starts in the build-up. From press conferences to weigh-ins, and especially during walkouts, Chimaev exudes an eerie intensity. It is not showmanship or arrogance. It is raw, unfiltered aggression. There is a calm menace in the way he stares through his opponents. No smiles, no blinking. Just the cold focus of a predator locking onto prey. His words are few, but unforgettable.
I'm most dangerous guy here. I gotta come for everyone. I kill everybody. Allah Akbar.
These are not empty threats. They are delivered with unnerving certainty. Many fighters enter a bout with nerves, even fear. But when facing Chimaev, that fear starts long before fight night. Opponents often underestimate him during the media run, but that confidence melts away once the octagon door shuts. And in training, the stories are legendary. Teammates at All Stars Gym say Khamzat trains like it is always fight night. He spars hard, wrestles relentlessly, and treats every round like it is a world title bout. That mental edge, uncompromising and savage, is what truly separates him from the rest. Khamzat has crushed the contenders. Now, it's time to test a champion. The next chapter in Chimaev's journey will be his biggest yet. A middleweight title shot against Dricus du Plessis. Du Plessis is unique, awkward but effective. He pressures relentlessly, hits hard, and never backs down. He ascended the throne via a split decision victory at UFC 297, beating Sean Strickland and claiming the middleweight belt. He shocked the world in his first title defense against Israel Adesanya in UFC 305, submitting the last stylebender via rear naked choke in round 4. At UFC 312, Du Plessis dominated a rematch against Strickland for his second successful title defense, a unanimous decision that solidified his place atop the middleweight standings. Du Plessis will walk into UFC 319 as champion, but walking out may be a different story. Khamzat is a different kind of beast, and the Boogeyman will be his biggest test yet. The shape of this fight will likely come down to the first 5 minutes. If Khamzat can impose his wrestling early, Du Plessis could drown, and fast. But if Dricus can weather that initial storm, force Chimaev into deep waters, and make it ugly, we may finally see Khamzat tested yet again. A back-and-forth brawl that will keep fans holding their breath for an electric finish. One thing is for certain, if Chimaev walks away a champion, the division changes forever. Because he won't just look to defend titles, he'll look to destroy challengers. Because Khamzat isn't slowing down, he isn't backing up, he's just getting started. If you think Khamzat Chimaev is one of the scariest finishers in UFC history, smash that like button and subscribe for more fighter breakdowns. And let us know in the comments, who can actually stop this man?